Hey everybody, Gen X man, back with another video. I got kind of a fun side little thing for you all here today. I had the craziest dream last night and I absolutely had to share it because it is so cool. It's just it was terrifying and it was awesome. Okay, for any of you familiar out there with World of Warcraft, wife and I have played for longer than I want to admit. And this was a World of Warcraft dream. In the dream, she and I were Drakthir. We were on the Horde side, and the Horde had captured and occupied these Night Elf ruins in Silithus. And if you don't know, Silithus is this desert zone with these floating obelisks and old god insects, and it's just a scary place. Really good music though. So we're there occupying these ruins. We're like, yeah, and they set up, the sentries and such. Now this is kind of open, very little in the way of structure, so it was tactically kind of a nightmare anyway. But as they are, they're doing the patrols and such, from out, in the middle of the night, from out of the darkness, the torches get bullseyed by night elven arrows. And this is cool. When the arrows hit, there was some sort of spell or effect of some kind that would envelop the flame of the torch and just snuff it out, just in all light sources. Just they'd get bullseye with an arrow, and there'd be this black inky cloth, just darkness. And it was just like, oh, that's so cool. But of course, we're just like, the grizzled orc veterans over there, like, we're under attack. And, we're all snapping to attention, like, oh, okay, okay. We've got we got the disadvantage of the darkness for a lot of people. We're not on home turf. It's wide open. This is tactically unsound. And from out of the darkness, all you could do to detect the invading Sentinel army were the eyes, the glow in the dark eyes, because they were barefoot and they're riding night sabers, and you couldn't hear a blessed thing. It was so creepy. It was just you had the sense that it was a great swath of bodies coming at you, but you couldn't really hear anything. And it was like, oh, okay. But then you start feeling the rump, the ground shaking like it's Jurassic Park when these ancients are taking up the rear. As kind of like the slow moving nail in the coffin attack wave, and you're just kind of like, okay, you know what? It's time to go. It's time to go. We can't hold this position. We got to get out. So we scatter. We're fleeing. People are getting picked off right and left, just filled with arrows. It's bad. And I go to do the portal to get out of there, and I can barely get one open enough for me and the wife. Like they had some sort of suppression magic in place to where, you can't maintain a portal to get everybody out. It was just kind of like, yeah. So we bugged out to Valdrakken and we're like, the hell with this. This no, no, thank you. I'm out. Nope. So the dream then switched to like third person omniscient. And I'm watching this, and the night elves wipe out the horde, they retake the ruins, yay for us. And they set up camp, and you have some advisors asking, Taronda was in charge, and they're like, why are we staying here? And she's like, well, we're a day's march from a port in the south. This is, tactically sound. We'll control the north and the south of Kalimdor. I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And also that she said that there were extensive tunnels from barrow dens and such that ran beneath the land to all over the place, like other zones and such. And I was like, yeah, that would be being able to move an army underground undetected. I could see where that would be an advantage. Yeah. So they set up camp. They go to sleep for the day because they're nocturnal night owls, or at least they should be. I don't know what canon is anymore. I doubt Blizzard knows either. So Tehran has this awful nightmare. And of course, we're watching it like a movie, so we see it's like old gods, Black Empire, terrifying stuff. She wakes up just like, oh God, and she's comes stumbling out of one of the few buildings that are still standing because obviously she holds a high position. She gets a building. and she notices like everybody that bedded down for the day is just waking up with just this dripping sweat, terrified look, hyperventilating. Everybody's had a bad time. And there was like maybe one or two priestesses that stayed up and just a handful of guards to guard the camp. So they're all running around overwhelmed by the needs put on them by all these messed up individuals. It wasn't like, oh, I woke up nightmare, I'm okay now. It was just like, oh god, ah, I can't get rid of it. It's still in my brain. Oh, I mean, everybody was just messed up. So they decide to, it's just like, you know what? This place is saturated with the old gods. We can't hold this position. We got to get out of here. So we're gonna bug out. And they proceeded to march out of there, and it was just what a dream. It was so vivid and real and cool and such. I just absolutely had to jump on here and just do a little video share with y'all. But anyway, that's about it for this one. I hope you have as fun a dreams as I've been having, and take care of yourselves. I'll see you later. Bye now.